Umoja, everyone. Welcome to today's community call. I'm just gonna wait for our guests. So I'm gonna wait 5 minutes or 3 minutes for our guests before we kickstart. But guys, welcome to the call. Avelco, I see you. Umba, I see you. Hi guys. So I'm gonna wait for our guests for 5 minutes or 3 minutes before we kickstart. Jimoja, David. uh, okay, Robbie's here. I mean, as soon as Robbie get on stage, we can just kickstart. No, I can't. I can't hear you, Robbie. Guys, welcome, Jimoja, everyone. welcome to today's call. Some of our guests are having issues, so I'll just like I can't hear you. Can you hear me now? Edda Kobe, can you guys hear me? I've been saying something. Can you guys hear me? Can't hear your money. Wow. Can you guys hear me now? Some people are saying they can't hear me. I don't know, maybe it's technical issue or something. If you can hear me, just type it in the chat box. Like use the YouTube chat box. Just type it in the chat box if you guys
What
can
you
hear me.
doing? You hold it down.
Hi Karima, welcome. Okay,
You
yeah,
know what
fine.
we need to do
Good.
next
You guys can
time?
hear me. I'm
We have some music playing for the first 5 minutes.
okay.
Okay.
I'm not good. I'm not good with,
No,
with
no, I just
music.
saw that.
Maybe
I
that's
saw
why.
people do that on the Twitter show, so maybe a good idea for us too.
Yeah, we can start that
Here,
on the
baby.
next call, on the next community call. Okay, we can just get started. So, Umoja guys, welcome to today's call. For those who are joining for the first time, this is Omoni and this is Karima. So, yeah, so on today's call, if our guests are able to join, so we'll be giving out marketing insights, which is from yeah. Hi, Canon the kid.
Sorry,
Welcome
sorry, sorry,
to
sorry.
no,
Gonna be
no,
completely.
that's
Go ahead. I'll talk to you in a minute. Go ahead. Finish what you were saying. I'm sorry.
okay, all right, all right. So for those who are joining us for the first time on today's call, we'll be talking about project updates. If Robbie is able to join the call, project updates. Carl and the kids will be giving us marketing insights. So if you're a trader, this is surely for you. And I'll be announcing the content winner. So the content winner will be announced on the call, and also I'll be giving factory alpha on the round 4. So, but yeah, but before we get into it, I would like us to just talk about what we eat for breakfast and anything we are doing for the weekend. Any plan for the weekend. So I'll go first. So, I took tea for this breakfast, but I'm planning to kind of eat. Right after the call, I'm planning to eat an African food called egusi and fufu. So if you guys know what you call egusi and fufu, egusi and fufu is one like popular African meal. So and my plan for the weekend is I'm probably going to hang out with two of my old friends. So, but yeah, so you guys, Karima or Colin the Kid or Robbie, I welcome Robbie. Can go next.
Hey guys, apologies for the delay. I'm still at BTC
That's
Amsterdam, but good to be with you all.
that.
Do you want me to get into protocol updates real quick?
No, no, no. So what we are just talking about here right now before you join is what do you eat for breakfast and any plan for the weekend? Just
Oh.
one. Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I banana bread, banana bread and water. That's it. It's pretty depressing
Well,
breakfast.
I'm not a breakfast
well,
guy. I'm gonna be completely honest. For whatever reason, since the hurricane come, I'm on Vegas time. I don't know why. I guess because we didn't have no power for a while and didn't
Yeah.
have. We were in the Stone Age, so I'm on Vegas time as far as my sleep schedule goes. It sucks because the last time I was in Vegas, in case y'all have never been to Vegas, you don't know when you wake up and when you go to sleep. No one tells you that until you get back from Vegas, right? So bear with me on my ridiculously stupid sleep schedule. I gotta fix this. I don't like taking pills. I'm fixing to do some meditation or something tonight to try to get some sleep. So good
wow.
to see y'all though. I'm sorry for having to jump on late. I feel like an idiot. I hate
Hey
being
man,
late.
you're
No,
good. You're good. Just glad you're safe. One thing that does work in terms of the sleep is workout in the evening, and that'll do it for you. That will do it for
You know what? I used to do that, and that worked for a while. And then my insomnia was like, bro, you don't get to sleep.
you. Yeah.
So then it started where I was super sleepy in the mornings, and I was like, dang, maybe I should work out in the afternoons instead. Oh, great, okay, so work out in the afternoons, get some sleep. Yeah, then all of a sudden your brain goes, hey, you know what? Yeah, that was great, but we can't do that anymore. And then I wake up, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sleepy. Why am I so sleepy? And
Oh
then
yeah, from being
come by the afternoon, I'm ready to work out. I'm too sleepy to work out. I'm too tired. I'm like, what the heck is going on, man? So the battles of an insomniac.
Yeah. I
staying
also
away
want
from all those meme coins that they're making of you.
Facts.
to.
Facts.
uh, but yeah, so I'm not sure Karima is there. So, yeah, we can just get into it. So I would like to hear project updates from Robbie. So where we are, a milestone, and yeah, I'm sure people would like to hear that. So yeah, the first is Robbie.
Yeah, absolutely. So quite a few partnership updates that are coming, and of course getting dangerously close to YBTC launch, which is great, and a few TGE updates that I will make a blog about. Likely will come out either this weekend or on Monday as well. So on the partnership front, so we are in partnership conversations with Base, with Avalanche, with Arbitrum, and BitLayer. The first phase of YBTC will be deploying it using Layer Zero. So we're also in partnership conversations with Layer Zero, and effectively having a wrap version of YBTC across all of those chains. Um, our goal is to be able to seed liquidity pools across all those exchanges with Wrap Bitcoin. This will be Wrap Bitcoin on BitLayer, Avalanche, or on BitLayer and Arbitrum. It'll be BTCB, which is Avalanche's version of Wrap Bitcoin on Avalanche, and it'll be CBBTC, which is Coinbase's or Base's wrapped version of Bitcoin on Base. And so for any of the liquidity providers, it's pretty good because you're earning yield as you're seeding liquidity to those particular dexes. And then we will also make YBTC usable as collateral. So for those of you who are making money off of Bitcoin by borrowing stables against it, and then lending out those stables or doing whatever with those stables, you will be able to do the exact same thing with YBTC. And lastly, we are also doing restaking protocol partnerships. So you will be able to restake YBTC. So that is to say that you can provide liquidity, you can lend it or borrow against it, or you can restake it. There will be a ton of ways for you to further monetize off of the 5 to 10% target that we are setting with some pretty great L2 networks. We've soft circled around $100 million in liquidity between our investors who have Bitcoin that they want to monetize, have a wait list of around 17,000 people through the factory who are interested in using YBTC. And a lot of other to be announced partnerships that I think you all will be pretty excited about. On the TGE front, so we have some pretty big news that we're going to drop in terms of how we're going to strategize with TGE. We've gotten several centralized exchange listing offers over the last week or so, as well as some pretty premier launchpad offers as well. But first and foremost is increasing AUM and TVL of the protocol, right? That kicks off the flywheel for everything else. And so we think that we found a pretty good way to do that and also make sure to minimize sell pressure and focus on the utility of the token rather than the speculative nature of the token, so that inherent value proposition is there. So we'll be releasing a blog both on Mirror and X on that. So sponsored BTC Amsterdam, which is where I am right now. We won their pitch competition just the other day. And we were also announced as part of the first cohort of grantees for BitLayer, which is one of the leading Bitcoin L2s out there as well, and also collaborated with them a bit. We will be in Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates this December, sponsoring BTC MENA as well. So as you all can see, very, very, very much Bitcoin ecosystem focus, and that will continue going into the quarter. The last thing that I would say is that if you haven't participated in the factory, please do so. The last date to earn airdrop points or airdrop eligible points is the 31st of October. And then between the 31st of October and the end of November, you get to decide what you want to do with those points, either immediately redeem your tokens on TGE or stake them and get up to 5x more tokens than you would have originally got if you had waited a little bit. But the choice is yours. I'm not here to, point fingers and make judgments as to what you decide to do. And we will continue to do airdrop seasons even beyond TGE. That will be a continuing function of the factory as we start to provide more earning opportunities for our lovely community. And otherwise,
Yeah.
that is
Is it? Hold on. Is the day the 31st? I thought our snapshot date is the 28th.
Snapshot, yes. Yeah, you're correct. Good for
Okay.
the correction. Yes. Snapshot is the 28th, and then the actual airdrop is on the 31st. Yes. Prima is correct,
So they'll
guys.
have us. They'll be like, it's the 30th. Where are my points?
Yeah, like what the hell? No, I'm incorrect, guys. I'm incorrect on that one.
Okay. Okay. I mean that's really very cool update, and I'll just add something to that. So for those who are trying to get airdrop eligibility, and you guys have been asking me questions on how to place a cent. Okay, you want to place a cent. So we release an updated video on our YouTube channel. So after the call, just go to our YouTube channel. There's an updated video there. And if you have joined our community as well, we posted this in the announcement channel on our community, both on Discord and on Telegram. Just go there, watch the video. It's very easy to understand. Even though you are not a professional trader, it is very easy to understand. So you can just go there, watch the video, and place your send and be airdrop eligible. And if you have any questions for us, so we have our Discord open to questions. Our modes are always active, and if we don't answer you quickly on our Discord server, so just go to our Telegram server. We are always both there. Yeah. So I'll just move to marketing update, marketing analysis with Carl on the kid. Um, Sir, the floor is yours. The floor is yours.
Real quick, Robbie, you said $200 million?
100
$100 million. Real quick. Did you ever think when you were 16, 17, 18 that you'd be talking about being involved with a $100 million company?
No, not even a million, to be quite honest.
Boy, it's a wild world, isn't it? It's a wild world, isn't it? Just for a second, think about how good we're doing and how bad other people might be doing and go, dang, man, we all right over here, man. Like Kendrick said, we're going to be all right.
Yes.
We're going to be all right.
Blessed for sure. Even if it were 100,000, still blessed.
It's crazy numbers, isn't it? Just to sit and think about. That's crazy numbers. So I'll pull up a chart here real fast, and we'll jump 1 second, then I'll pop the little screen share thing on. And come on. That should work now. Share screen and bam. All right, cool. So I've got Bitcoin pulled up here. As far as the market goes, we've had, you all know this, a lot of wonkiness and sideways. It's really crappy. There's good news behind the crappiness. I don't have the 10 moving average up here. I could put it up here, but it's not important. More so what I want you to see is if I put up the 821 EMA, which is the green and the purple line, and I put up the yellow line, which is the 50 moving average. It's very three basic, simple, easy to use moving averages. We're still above all three of them. That's great. We still have our flag for our cross, which is upward, which is green above purple. Great. We still have no candles under the 8 EMA, which is great. And we are well above the 50-day or 50-week moving average. As far as, oh man, should I be in or should I be out? Well, the market right now dictates that everyone should either be in or be thinking about being in. I've been harping on this fact for months now that we will eventually break north and run really aggressively, especially in Q4. Q4 just started. Now that Q4 started, I say this a lot of time, you have to be able to swap your bias. Is your bias bearish? Well, if your bias is bearish, you're always going to be looking to sell and run away. Is your bias bullish? If your bias is bullish, you're always going to be looking to buying, never to ever stop buying, which is what people tend to be, right? And another thing we know is people tend not to make money all the time. People tend to only make money for a small period of time. If that's the case, we narrow that time down to the best time to make money. The best time to make money is right now. This is just the weekly. I haven't even talked about the interesting progressions that have happened today. Yesterday, this chart looked awful. It was back under the 821 EMA. This whole candle was red. It was filling in very heavily. Not a great look. Overnight, Bitcoin went up 2.5% after being down for 3 or 4 straight days. Now everything's back to looking better. Problem is, we're still not quite there. This sideways stuff is hard to deal with. We're back over the 50-day moving average, which is great. And we're fighting with the 821 EMA, which is not exactly perfect, but not bad. We'll see how the rest of the day holds up. We had interesting news that happened throughout the week as far as the CPI goes. Then we had the PPI core index come in today. There's no big news next week, I don't think. Not like over the top big news next week. So whatever happens by the end of the week, starting Monday, should set the tone for the next week. I'll pull up the next thing here, which is a comparison between, let me size this up a little better for you here. This is a comparison between 2016 and now. One of the I'll say one of the not worst things people do, but one of the most annoying things people do is they always compare the most beautiful part of the chart to what we have happening right now. And that gets super annoying, just like hopium. Oh man, this is happening. Well, I've got actually 2 comparable dates pulled up side by side. This is the halving from 2016 and the halving from now. You see the amount of time we've ran from halving, the amount of candles that we have after halving is less then than it is now. The point is the timeline on the date is nearly identical to the labels that I've got written on the chart. And you can see that around this time in 2016, charts really took off and never looked back. It's not any different if I go to 2020. It's actually quite similar. Here's 2020. I don't have any Fibonacci lines to like line this up perfectly, but you get the idea. It's still roughly the first week, second week of October. You see it kind of jumping over that moving average. This is the 10 moving average, meaning 10 weeks, the 10-week average. As you see, once we jumped over that 10-week average for the last time, we never looked back. And this thing obviously went straight up like a rocket then. I don't quite expect the same move. I would love a straight up move. I don't think that's what we're going to get. I do think we get a run back toward the previous all-time high, which was about 69,000 and some change. That seems like a realistic number to me first for next week. I don't need a big monster move to really solidify things for me. All I need to see is things close on the up and up. If things close on the up and up, we're looking for great numbers here for the rest of October, especially in November. I warned as many people as I could. Get ready. You're about to get your opportunity. Last 2 days was your opportunity. We had liquidations come through. That last liquidation event, I think, was 230 something million yesterday. $230 million. Poof, wiped off the market. And nobody seemed to even care, which is crazy to think about. $230 million evaporated, and people were like, meh, no big deal. We are a long way out in front of this stuff. Everyone is about to reap what they've sown for many, many months, and I hope everyone is prepared for this. Now is not the time to be scared. Now's the time to take your elbows out and be aggressive and make your way through the club to get to the stage, because it's that time. For anybody who ain't never been to the club, you'll understand what I'm talking about when you get there.
No, that's we shall see, but that is that's a good forecast, and I know everybody's been waiting for it, despite everything that's been happening over the course of the year.
Yep.
So yeah.
Don't expect it to happen all at once. Again, It won't just bam, I'm rich. That's not how it works. I do. Okay. Last thing. Y'all know about poly markets?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't really care either way, but to go on there and look at some of the stuff that you see is pretty incredible. They have things that you can bet on, such as, will Bitcoin break all-time high by the end of the year? Bro, I want to talk about a gimme bet, but I can't do it because I'm in the U.S. I'm like, man, if I could take that bet, I put $100,000 on that. That's a layup. And it's I think it was $18 for 10 right now. So basically, they give you 2 to 1 until you're in the green. Once you're in the green, you start to lose your 2 to 1 some. There's other things to bet on there as well. It's not just Bitcoin. There's other crypto stuff. Will it be 100,000? Will it be 250,000? And you can bet on that depending on what you want to do. There's also politics on there. I don't know. We always curious about numbers, and I love numbers. There's a couple charts on Polymarkets for politics. And when it comes to a chart, well, that's all you had to show me. Once you give me a chart, you're giving me everything I need. There's a chart that shows who's currently out in front and who's not currently out in front. And by the chart, things are looking good for crypto. All right. Take what you want out of that. I don't really care who wins, like I said before. I have skin in the game, but there's nothing that any one of these people can do to me. I mean, like I've said before, you think you can tax me to death? Wrong. I'll just go out of the country. If you think you can push me around and tell me what to do? Wrong. Bad idea. We are free Americans over here. We protect ourselves as far as we need to. So there's nothing you can really do to me. I have less skin in the game than others, but some really interesting data over there that y'all might want to comb through over on Polymarkets. I've recently started looking myself. Hey man, listen, it's really, really interesting. I want y'all to take the time to go through it yourself and see what you think.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right. I'm looking at Polymarket right now. There's a lot of that. There's Polymarket is really interesting how much they've progressed because they've been around for a long time. And it's interesting how the election thing really kind of put them on.
Would they have progressed if they fudged the numbers in the wrong way?
Yeah,
they wouldn't have, or they would have just become some popular clickbait site. But this is people's money on the line, and when you put people's money on the line, they tend not to be idiots. Especially when you're going with Vegas odds like they're using. They're just going like Vegas numbers. If they're being truthful, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. I get that. If they're being truthful. How biased are they being? Well, that's up for debate. It just tripped me out when I got on there. I went, oh man, look at this. Once I see a chart, that's all I need to kind of go, whoa. So it's food for thought for everybody. S&P 500 breaking all-time high again, by the way, right now.
Oh,
holy cow. I didn't even see that. What an idiot.
And guys, if y'all have any questions on Carolina Keith's analysis, definitely ask in the chat. And again, and I'll always bring this up because Carolina Keith won't. He does teach these things, guys. So if you do want to learn technical analysis and be a little bit more self-determinant in your crypto journey or just in your financial wealth journey in general, he's an excellent teacher to learn from. So make sure to follow him on Twitter. And I'll also post his Twitter link in the chat as well for those who are interested.
Yep, it's Carolina Keith _1 on Twitter and TikTok, and YouTube is TA with Keith Lay. But if you pull up you'll find the same stuff everywhere. This is pretty. I've got my screen share. I don't know if you can see it or not, but this S&P 500 chart is wild, and she's off for the races, and I wasn't expecting to see this morning. I thought we would get more sideways, but hey, goodness gracious.
Oh, wow.
That's an easy new all-time high, 5,800. That might hit 6,000 by the end of the month. That would be a 12.5% month. That would be crazy. Let's see, September, October, first. It's already up 2.5. Man, that's crazy. S&P 500 having that big of a week and that big of a month is something that leads us off into a good direction.
I was about to say, I'm hoping it's contagious.
So everybody knows, while we don't want it to be this way, this is how it has to work. Trickle down economics is the only economics that work. The S&P 500, the NASDAQ, the Dow, they have to feed money to crypto. It doesn't happen the other way yet. Okay, so it has to come from the top down. Right now, the big dogs are still the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, the Dow, and Forex markets. They have way more money in them than crypto does. So while we feel like we're doing something big over here, we're still small potatoes. We have to wait for the big money to take some profits and find somewhere else to put their money before we start to see those, oh, hold up moves. Once we start to see those, oh, crap, look at that moves. That's when the money started to come out of those and go into something else, that trickle down. We haven't had that trickle down yet. I'm hoping that S&P 500 move I just showed and the US dollar going down here, not up, would help us with that. The next thing I was going to say is the dollar index here. This is the weekly dollar index. You see that broke the downtrend. It's still hung up in the mess a little bit. This is still a lower high, even though it's very aggressive right now. It's still a lower high, and I think this might be the last gasp for the dollar till it kind of trickles out and fiddles out for the rest of the year. Then we'll see about next year. I don't think this dollar is going to go down forever. I do not see the dollar collapsing. Whatever doom and gloom stuff you've heard on the internet, miss me with that. I don't need to hear it. That's not how the world really works. And all of us in here who have any kind of money know that. You don't just have doom and gloom. Oh God, the dollar's collapse. They'll never let the dollar collapse. There'll be a multi-year world war before that happens. So, baby steps, but we are definitely going in the right direction. This excites me this morning, by the way. I'm sorry I'm talking so much. This is exciting.
No, good. You're good. This is all good insights. All good insights. And it's good to provide people context because all of these things, obviously, everyone, as you all know, they're all connected. Conventional risk from the traditional financial market, things ideally need to be going well there because obviously crypto is seen as a high risk investment, and people are not going to put their money into it unless other things are doing well and they have extra money to do so. And obviously the health of the US dollar and interest rates play a role. And it seems like a lot of those things are starting to align finally after 10 months of the year. We thought this was going to happen a lot earlier, but hey, sometimes we got to be patient.
To speculate what you just said, we only put money in crypto when it's risky and it's still not. How much longer do each one of y'all think this won't be risky any longer? How much longer till we don't think of it as so risky? Because I already don't, but I'm not the normal person for investing. I'm doing pretty much only crypto. But how long do y'all think it takes before everyone goes, oh, well, I'll just buy some Bitcoin instead of I think I'll stick some money in this mutual fund? How long?
I think for Bitcoin, I think it's going to be next year where people feel a lot more relaxed just because of the, at least the forecasted amount of appreciation. I think it'll be next year. For other cryptocurrencies, particularly given how ETH has been doing this year, and then of course from ETH down to the next one, it's a pretty huge jump. I think those are going to take quite a while. I think they're going to need to go through the same institutionalization process and success that Bitcoin has. And even though ETH has an ETF, I mean, it's not been doing very well at all, at least comparatively. And then beyond that, Sol, XRP, and others still have a few steps to overcome. But that's my personal opinion.
What do you think, Karima? She was like, what? So they're playing Snake.
I was like, I've caught a hold of this this tweet of like them listing all of the TGEs in October and November, and I was just so intrigued of like how many companies, who's doing what, and then like also how do you even find this information? So I kind of like got into like a rabbit hole. My bad. Like I went to our page, right, and then we were mentioned, and then it just turned into an entire rabbit hole per general of most of them.
Well, I don't know if you heard me or not, but how long do you think before we're not looking at crypto as speculative, risky, crazy stuff, and we're looking at crypto and Bitcoin in the whole as, hey man, I think I actually put some money in this rather than Google or Apple?
I think it's a really great question because at the end of the day, some of the stuff just isn't adopted, at least in the States, because it's not hitting a pain point. Like people aren't in pain, like horrible pain, or they're not having a bunch of fun. It's going to be very hard to capture their attention in the West. That's just here. That's just our little bubble. In other places, I think way sooner. And like, yeah, it's just in America. I would love to see what would like really enhance like massive growth that does not have to do with fun or pain. Pleasure or pain. Like, I don't see anything hitting because I feel like it will happen and it will be cool. But like in the way that we're talking about and the way that the industry kind of needs or hasn't happened before, and I think it can. I'm just curious to see what it would be. Now I think like in other spaces and in other countries where this is really impactful, I feel like more we'll get there sooner. I think they're like even like tools like Umoja, we're building cool products for people to experiment with and try like how to build wealth, and they just want to hold their Bitcoin. Versus here, we're like half the people I know are not thinking about the way like currency or inflation or money the way that other people think about it. So sorry for my answer. It was like a Debbie Downer.
No, I like that. I like that. Something else the hurricane taught me recently. no power, no water, no cell service, no internet service. You know how useful crypto was? Completely useless. Completely useless. When you have no internet, you have no crypto. It's over. There's none.
How
So,
does helium work? Does helium? I wonder how the
how
helium
what?
hotspots.
Actually, I have a helium miner.
Hmm.
No.
I do too, but I haven't used it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've had 2 miners for like 4 years.
Yeah.
But I mean, I did hear that people were using their Apple off broadcast networks or something like that to be
See,
able to connect with each other.
we could kind of get away with that, but the problem was cell service got knocked out too.
So
Your
even
your 5G turned into 3G, and if y'all ever tried to use 3G on a 5G phone, you can't do nothing. So what I say amongst all this, not having a reliable internet source is crucial here. So with the invent and rollout of Starlink, I'm getting me one, so I have backup from now on because I could have just went outside to the truck and plugged the Starlink into the truck and had internet. Well, I didn't have a Starlink to do that with. Man, boy, did I feel like I had a void. So moving forward, I'll have mobile internet forever, and I'll be able to easily jump on and send crypto. No bank ATMs, no banks had power, no cash to have around. Luckily, me and the wife keep some cash around the house just in case for this kind of thing to happen, right? So we didn't have cash. We wouldn't have been able to buy fuel or food once things actually started opening back up. We were stuck. No one takes crypto here, and no one could take a card because we had no internet. So what do? Right? We were all stuck. We were all stuck in the Stone Age a little bit. It was a step back for me to go, how am I going to make crypto work if everything goes away here? So, you know, I'm full 100% crypto. Just thought I would throw that in there. What about you, Armini?
I'm throwing in Starlink.
Oh man. I'm just. You said what, Karima?
I threw the Starlink link in the chat for all you preppers.
Oh man, honestly, I'm gonna agree with you. So I really have no thing to say as regard what he said. But in a place like Nigeria, I think it's gonna be like faster than usual. And as regard the you were saying something as regard like without internet there's no crypto. Man, if there's no crypto in Nigeria, I mean, we are all sucks because majority of Nigerians are making money through crypto. We are all sucks. I mean, majority of youth right now in Nigeria are making money through crypto. I mean, there's a lot of financial crisis youths in Nigeria are facing, and that's why you see most Nigerians go into crypto. If you see any project, Nigerians are always there. We are always everywhere, and that's because the financial crisis in Nigeria is increasing. So, I mean, that might be quite faster in Nigeria compared to other countries, but yeah, I mean that's just my two take on that.
Well, cool. I'm glad I see this things I don't know. I've never been to Nigeria. I do want to get over to the entire Ivory Coast when I get the opportunity. I actually have some roots there, believe it or not. So
sorry, that laugh was
one day. Now that was a legit hard laugh. Look, she came at me on that one.
No, I'm watching Love Is Blind, and the character on Love Is Blind is like this white dude, and he has like 5% black, but he was talking about it like it was a thing, and it was like a storyline on the show. So like it was just coinky dink. That's all.
That's crazy. I'm almost 10% sub-Saharan African. Don't look like it. Don't look like it, but it's there. Figure that out.
It's funny that you mentioned that. My grandmother, she, all intents and purposes, she has. I don't know what it is with Americans being able to do this, or maybe we're just so sick in the mind that we think we can do it. But like she, in terms of her skin tone, her skin tone and your skin tone are absolutely the same. Her structure, her face structure, it's kind of one of those things where you're like, I know that this person is black, but they're not. The skin tone's not there, right? So you never know. And also, I mean, there's a lot of. I'm sure y'all seen those reports where you have a white couple like have a black baby, and then people are like, what the hell just happened? Hey, man, melanin is a changing thing, man.
Yeah. So
I mean, it might be the gene.
Yeah. So I something I want to do is get over there and see some stuff. That we have connections. I'm also less than 10% Cherokee Indian as well. And my cousin is actually much darker than I am, and we were born within a year of each other, and our moms were born within a year of each other. It's crazy. He's got a little bit darker skin complexion than I do, just naturally. He's also got a crazy hardcore attitude compared to me, and we grew up the same, right? So it's really interesting dynamics to see. But nonetheless, I want to get over there. Do y'all have Starlinks over there? Just like
I
in
mean,
general?
it's not quite popular here, honestly speaking. In the Nigerian South, it's not quite popular. So, but we do have Starlink, but not quite common. It's not
Yeah.
common.
So
I mean, if you ask many people in this community call, I'm certain that majority of us don't use Starlink. Majority of us don't use it.
so this might be an
Yeah,
opportunity. This might be an opportunity for you or someone listening to think about it, because when the internet goes out, you're in trouble.
yeah.
I've
I mean,
learned this myself, so I'm like, all right, I got to do something different.
most well, I would say if the internet goes goes out, I would say most Nigeria. I mean, we are all going to be in pain. Most youths are going to be in pain because without internet, there's nothing. I mean, there's nothing. We are all making money now because most youth now are now making money, like using the internet. So even including me. So without internet, we are just like it sucks. So, but yeah, this might be an opportunity for we Nigerians to kind of, and one thing I also say is, like I said, the first thing I talked about was financial crisis. Most of us can't afford all these things. Okay, it's not quite affordable in a country like Nigeria. So only the rich get to afford it. So yeah, but that also might be one of the reasons why this is not quite common in this country. But yes, that's that's just it.
Yeah, being able to message people and just say, hey, yeah, we're alive, we're fine. We have plenty of food and water. We were prepared for this. Couldn't even do that. We couldn't say, hey, we're fine. People were texting me, blowing me up. I finally got internet and cell service, and I got like 45 text messages all at the same time. Ba-bloom, 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 ba-bloom. Like, what is going on? I'm still behind on DMs. It's crazy how far that throws you off when you try to keep doing your regular thing and you can't. So interesting to think
Yeah,
about for anyone who doesn't have internet or doesn't have a backup. Just keep that in mind.
yeah. I mean, we Nigerians don't have backup. That's the honest fact. As we got internet issue, we don't have backup. But yeah, I mean, I like I like your take on this, Olanike. But yeah, let's move to the next thing we have here. So we have the next thing here is factory update. Yeah, so factory update is what we have here. I think I'm gonna go and do that. So first thing is I'll be announcing our content winner because we want the community to vote for the best content, but it seems this morning like a lot of new guys are just coming into the Discord community and just like people are starting to game the old system and stuff. So we're able to filter out the new members and we're able to come out with this result. So for what is Umoja content, so Supraco, I think that's the name. I might not get your name correctly, but I'm sure you know if this is you. So Supraco, this is also going to be announced in our Discord community in case maybe I'm wrong with the name, so I didn't pronounce it correctly. So Supraco is the best for what is Umoja video, and for what is the factory video, we have Shafiko. Is it Shafiko? I'll post the name in the chat in case this because of pronunciation. So we have Shafiku, and for the factory law comics, we have Anna. I call him Anna. Yeah, Anna. So this is going to be announced in our Discord community in case you missed this. So and yeah, so I'll just go to the factory update. So we are going to the factory has ended already, and we did the vote this morning, and the this round three reward will be distributed before Monday on Monday, and we are starting round four next week Wednesday. So if you don't know what the factory is, or you are just joining this call for the first time and you haven't heard of the factory, so the factory is a reward community that just like is a community that rewards you for everything you do. For every effort you put in, the factory rewards you for everything. So if you're just joining for the first time and you don't know what the factory is, just go to our YouTube channel. We have our X link on our YouTube channel. So just go there and you can see all the information as regards that. And if you don't have access to all these things, I can just paste the link to our Discord community in the chat and you can have access there. So round four release on Wednesday. So we are launching round four on Wednesday. The round four factory will be out on Wednesday. And I'm just gonna give you guys like a quick, just like a quick secret for those who attend the call. So not secret, but more like insights for what you guys should expect. So if you are a gamer, the next round factory is going to be based on games, little bit of games. So if you're a gamer, it is for you. And also, guys, don't forget for airdrop eligibility. I said it the first time, but if you are just joining and you don't know how to be eligible for airdrop, for you to be eligible for airdrop, just place a cent. And we release a video here on YouTube on how to place a cent. So if you have any questions on how to place a cent or the previous round we have, or you have any inquiries to make as regards what we are doing in the space, what is Umoja, you can just join our community. Our modes are there. But that's the update I have to give. So I don't know if Karima has anything to add. So if Karima has anything to add, I can just like omit to mic.
No, I think you really covered most of the stuff pretty well. We didn't do the rewards um for the faceless videos because all of them were like super AI heavy. They were interesting. So you definitely got points for them in the factory, but as a community, like we definitely have to have a standard of like the kind of stuff that we're rewarding, and we're making sure that people who are putting in hard work actually get rewarded for their hard work because we saw some very, very, very good content come out of this. And so if you did make some fire content, if you did rank on that on the top, we will make sure that we look out for you. And that we're definitely going to invite you to the ambassador program and all that good stuff. But yeah, round four, we're talking about ditching voting. We don't know. We're talking about it. So you guys gotta let us know how you feel about voting and which you would want to vote on if you did vote, because we vote on something different every round, right? And so maybe we don't ditch it, but there's something else. But I know that like voting is a pain for everyone in different ways, different rounds. Some people love it, some people don't. This time, people were inviting their friends to Discord, which is great for us, but we understand why you may feel slighted if you really made something good and then somebody got their whole crew to come over and take over like the point. So we get it, and we're definitely working with like making sure that things are fair. So go ahead and go back to that feedback channel. If you have any ideas around voting or what you would want to see being voted on next round and not being voted on next round, make your voice heard today because we have to make the rules today, or by tomorrow, so we can launch the factory next week. But that's it. Thank y'all for coming through.
Appreciate everybody again. Appreciate it, Keith. And yes, guys, I know that voting seems to be the most contentious topic talked about in the Discord. So y'all need to start putting out proposals, guys, because we're getting to governance soon in a few weeks, about 4 or 5 weeks. This is going to be a different process. It's not going to just be a Discord comment and some feedback. So
Right.
it's gonna be a lot more formal. So definitely get it out. And of course, the factory is not going anywhere. Even after TG, we'll continue doing the factory, guys. And it'll just get bigger and bigger and bigger, and you'll be able to do more and more things to earn. I really and guys, if you don't know, Karima came up with the factory, so shout out to Karima. Yeah, I appreciate it, guys, and we'll talk to y'all later.
All right. Bye, y'all.